I'm Ashleigh.
And I'm sick.
Oh, wow. And you're here with us on A Teachers Who Talk Crime
Podcast.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm usually the one sick.
You are.
I really am.
Y'all, I never get sick. And like, I'm not just somebody who says that. Like, I literally never get sick.
I feel like in the time that I've known Brooke, she's probably been sick like twice.
Counting this time.
Yeah.
Like, this is, and I don't count like hungover sick. Like
that's not sick. That's self-induced
I meant like
sickness.
this. Yeah. Okay. So like Monday and Tuesday, well, actually Sunday, we left for a field trip. My first overnight field trip with students.
How was that?
And we went to it was great. It was wonderful. Although the kids have a lot of drama. It's always drama. Well, you know, they're children.
Yeah. Where'd you go?
So whatever. We went to Great Wolf Lodge. So shout out Great Wolf Lodge. Have you been?
No, but I want to take the girls, but it's expensive as hell.
Oh my gosh, you've got to.
They just made a new one closer.
So much fun.
And I want to take them.
So much fun.
Because they love the water.
It is a blast.
Oh.
It's a blast. Well, they have, so in this like resort or lodge or whatever, it's very kid friendly, family friendly. They have alcohol for adults, which, I mean, what more do you need? Exactly. They have an indoor water park, which is free, unlimited if you book a room and stay, right? So you get unlimited.
Yeah.
And then if you book a room, you can add on this $250 voucher, which includes the arcade, the bowling alley, the ropes course, and the putt-putt golf thing. Yes.
So did all your kids get all that?
So our kids got the water park, and they got to do all like the amenities. So like every night they had a dance party for a pajama dance party at 9:00.
Aww.
They got to play bingo at I think bingo was like at 3:00. They had morning yoga, which is included. Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah. And then like they can go to the candy shop and spend their own money, and they could do all like the extra stuff. They could spend their own money, but we didn't buy the extra voucher, but I know families do. So it was really cool. Our kids did, several of our kids did the ropes course. Several went to the arcade. So they got to kind of choose what they wanted to do.
And that stuff they had to pay for?
Yes, they paid for extra.
Got you. So was this just like a field trip? Like just this is what we doing? Or
No, this is for our beta club. So our beta club, if you don't know what beta club is, it's like a leadership organization, aka the smart kids. Basically you have to have AB honor roll and like maintain like a 3.5 GPA, I think.
Okay.
To be inducted. And then this is what's called the Leadership Summit, which is they qualify for 4 different categories for this to go to nationals.
Oh wow.
And then so this particular summit, we only took 17 kids because they only had 4 events. They had Project Proposal, which is a community service project that you are proposing to do throughout the year for your community. They had Lead Outside the Box, which is where you have one day to facilitate a PowerPoint presentation on a prompt. So like their prompt one time was fights are occurring in school ABC. What are some things that you can do to help your school? Another prompt was substance abuse is on the rise in teens. What can you do to prevent this or combat this? So just like different prompts, but they had to create a presentation and present it. Like
just
they
one.
Had to present their PowerPoint. Yes, they only given one prompt. Now these were practice prompts that I just told you. I don't know their prompt for the actual competition, but they had to present it. They had to talk about it. And the whole idea is like, what idea can you come up with that is just so outside of the box? So for example, substance abuse among teens. Like one group was like, we're going to go and get Chick-fil-A to donate chicken sandwiches, and we're going to stake out in front of a vape shop. And every time somebody comes to the vape shop, we're going to offer them a chicken sandwich if they choose not to go into the vape shop. So like thinking outside the box. That's why it's called Lead Outside the Box.
See, I would be like, what happens if they leave and come back? They get a sandwich.
Exactly. I don't know.
Because my greedy self is going to be like, I'm
So
just here for the sandwiches.
I won't go buy a vape, but I need a
I
sandwich.
need a sandwich. Can't give up the Lord's chicken, man. It's the best.
I know. And then they had collaboration connection, which is you are given a challenge,
Okay.
like kind of like an obstacle course. You're given a challenge, but they're not really there. The judges are not looking at the fastest team or the team that does it correctly or the team that does it or just does it in general. They're looking at teams that have good communication skills, good collaboration skills, that can talk through hard times, that can communicate well with each other, that work well with each other. And so teams that can demonstrate that, they've qualified for nationals.
That's dope.
And then what else did they have? They had...
And that was all in that weekend you was there?
Yes.
How long were you there for?
So they had 3 days. So they had sessions throughout the day, like they did, because it was elementary, junior, and then seniors. Elementary kids, my kids are junior, and then seniors. And then, so they had different like times of the day that they had to go. So like they could go to the water park, but they knew they had to be back by session at this time. So yeah, we qualified for nationals. So now those events qualified. And so now we'll go to state and we'll compete in like visual arts and math competitions and poetry competitions and scrapbook competitions and woodworking. And
now, would you take the same group?
No. So actually I can take anybody from our club.
Oh, how many people
I
are in
can
the
take
club?
those same 17, like 60 something.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah.
How'd you pick the 17?
State, it was first come, first serve. The first 17 that brought me money. Because that's the only way I could do it.
Makes sense.
Fair is fair.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So it was so much fun though. We had our pajama party. We did a game night, which, oh my God, I don't know who makes this game, but if you want to sponsor us, please do. You've got to get this game for the girls. Code names.
What's that?
It was the funnest game. So we had 4 seniors that were on this trip, like seniors in high school. They were on this trip with us. And every single night the 4 seniors came to our rooms, the teachers, and we played this game till like 10:30 every night. So basically you have a 5x5 like array of pictures. We played the Disney version. Now there's a Harry Potter version. There's like a Pixar version. So there's different versions and there's just the picture.
Okay.
So like would be a picture of Shrek. Well, not Shrek because he's whatever, but a picture of Cinderella's carriage, Moana. So all these pictures. 2 people are the code givers and the other people are guessing. Okay. So I'm trying to get you to guess our cards, but I can only give you one word and the amount of cards that it relates to. So I could say green 2. So 2 of our cards, the hint is green and there's 2 of them.
I was sad.
And you're trying to guess our cards. Now,
Mike Wazowski.
If he was one of them, you could click him. Yes. But there's a black card. And that's the no card. So like if you were to pick it, we'd automatically lose.
The whole game?
Yes.
Oh.
So you have to be very, it's so much fun. It is so much fun. So y'all, you need a Christmas gift. Code names is what you need to buy your kids.
Okay. Is that worth $10?
And it's,
because it could be my...
I could go give...
Let me tell you a story. Let me tell you a story about Brant Tisha real quick. So we've been doing a boo event in our school, and Brant Tisha new to the school, so Brant Tisha signed up. Miss Brant got booed not last Thursday, the Thursday before. Okay, and you're supposed to do it within the day. Well, the following day I was not there. I was absent. I was not at work. Monday come, had the children, forgot. Tuesday came, got a nasty parent email that I was dealing with for 2 days. And now it's Friday, and I still have yet to boo somebody. And I'm holding up the boo line. I sure am. If people from my job are listening, it's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me. It's me. It's me. I'm going to get it on Monday. Monday. I'm going to drop it off. I might not even boot him. I might be like, look, pass it on.
Or just go, boo.
I might just pop in there because boo, here you go. Because It's supposed to be a surprise. They're like, oh, get there early. Look, that's not what Brantisha's going to do.
Yeah.
Brantisha's going to show up at 8:35 every day because that's when my contractual time starts. So we're not playing no hide and go seek, pop out. Look, if you're in the room, here you go. Boo, boo. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, so I'm going to look to see if that game is $10 because if it's $10.
Let me tell you, but it's so levelized. Like, obviously, we were adults playing it. So, like, our clues were like, so one, oh my gosh, you got to be in sync with a person, right? So, like, me and we would have to be on the same wavelength.
I'm crying.
So, like, our team, Rosie was given the clues, and she said, independent 3. I was looking around, I was looking at the cards, and her and Weber, like my the Beta Club sponsor, her and Weber are they're like me and you, like they're like besties. And Weber was like, oh, like this princess, and this princess, because they were all like, she goes, because they were all independent baddies. And I was like, no, I don't think that's it, Weber. Like it doesn't seem like that's like where she would be going with it. And it was. That was the clue. And she got it.
Dang. Did she get the right
and like, so you
princesses?
can, yes. And you can be as like broad or specific as you want to be. So even the girls can play because they can be like pink, or like.
Child, and I'm going to be like, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. Hat.
And I'm going to be like, yeah.
Shoe.
Because they would be the most literal.
Yeah.
They would.
So you can play it for any ages. It was so much fun, though.
Okay, I'm going to look on Amazon. What's it called? Code name?
Code names.
Yeah, let me look on Amazon.
Yeah. Get that Zon up.
Get my boo gift together because I'm having a hard time.
I need to see how much it is. I want it. I want it for my house.
Original game. It is $12.39. Oh,
okay.
Here's the Disney one, $24. Oh, wow.
Yeah, Disney's going to be more expensive, I felt like.
Yeah, okay. What's this one? Deep Undercover. That sounds a little risque. Ooh, this one says code names extra, extra large. Why is it extra, extra large?
Maybe people for the visually impaired.
Okay. Extra, extra large. I don't know. Okay, I might have to get this original and just be like, take the extra $2 as my late fee.
Yeah. $1 a week.
I texted my friends and I was like, I forgot because I was supposed to go after work and go and get some. Forgot. And they were like, girl, it's over soon. And I was like, there ain't nothing I could do about it now. I just know for next time when there's another Boo event, Brantisha will not be signing up.
Don't sign up.
She will not be participating. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Count me out.
It's been a heck of a week, man.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Yeah. That's all I've got to update you guys on.
Well, that's dope. We like that. That sounds real nice. I mean, I guess we should get into our estudiantes today. Because someone, we have those polls on Spotify. Somebody left us a very nasty review like, oh, didn't even get through the episode. So unprofessional, giggling all the time. And I was just like,
ma'am.
And they started at like the Natalie Holloway episode. So you have no context as to what Teachers Talk Crime
what
is.
What we're talking about. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, you don't know that this is what we do because you haven't listened from the beginning. So, as far as that aspect, I understand. But if you wanted something like Dateline, never in our description do we say we were just going to talk about the crimes and have a good... Like, we say that in the description.
Yeah. And we also give you the time that the crime starts.
Yeah, well, not at Natalie Holloway. I think she was...
Oh, we did it. Yeah, you're right.
But still, like, you can't start in the middle and then just be like, I don't like the way you do things. You don't know how we do things, baby. You're unaware.
Yeah. Also, thanks for stopping by.
Thank you so much for your review. I deleted it for you. Bing. Because that was rude. I didn't like it. But we'll get into our Estudiante Estrella. And our Estudiante Estrella today. Did I close it? Oh, 8 seconds. Okay, we are ready.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for that music, Brookie. We like that.
You're welcome.
Our estudiante estrella today is SMS Cheer Star.
SMS Cheer Star.
Cheer Star. And SMS Cheer Star's review is titled 5 Stars All Day Long.
Yes.
Okay.
Love it.
And the review reads, I found this podcast when it popped up in my TikTok over a year ago. A year ago. Dang. Welcome back. I think there was only 7 or 8 episodes out of the time, and now we're at 100. Well, we had 106. It's 106.
Yep.
Yeah, we got 106 now. I've never looked forward to a Monday until I found this podcast, and I love listening on my way home from work. I live 50 minutes from my school on a good day.
Me too, girl. Same.
It definitely helps me decompress. I teach special education pre-K, so it's definitely nice to get my mind off of everything. Thank y'all so much for bringing cases with not only a different perspective, but only ones that don't get enough coverage. Can't wait to hear the next 100 episodes. Love y'all so much. Wish I could meet you guys. Y'all feel like my besties in the car.
Ooh, I like that.
Okay, SMS Cheer Star. Well,
I wonder if she teaches cheer.
Are you also a cheer teacher on the side?
Ooh.
Because you know we all got to have side hustles.
Yeah.
This one's ours, but it's not really lucrative at the point. But we're going to get there.
At the moment?
Yeah. We're getting there. We're working.
It's a goal.
We're getting there.
Yeah.
But SMS Cheer Star, I thank you so much for your review. This gold star's for you. Bing.
Yeah. Speaking of lucrative, have you checked out our merch? Just saying.
It's real nice.
Go check out our merch.
It's real nice.
Yeah. It's real nice.
It's real nice.
In my Teachers Talk Crime era. Yeah.
It's real
nice. Love it.
I can't
Love
wait
it. Love the pink.
I can't wait to wear it to work because I feel like that's an appropriate one to wear to work. The t-shirt I currently have on the back, it says,
it's not.
Sit down, shut up, the murder is about to begin. Can't really wear that around 3rd graders.
No. I wore mine to work.
But you got big kids.
I liked it. Yeah. They also listen to my podcast too.
Oh, shout out to the kids.
So, yeah.
Hey,
yeah.
Do your schoolwork.
So, yeah, seriously. Ooh, Lord.
Lord. I'm crying.
Yeah. Helpful. Sweet baby Jesus.
I understand.
Yeah.
I understand. At a 3rd grade level, I understand. I'm trying to get them into shape so by the time they get to that age, they better.
Yeah. We're getting there.
Yeah.
But speaking of also lucrative, this is going to be an episode that gives you your first sneak peek into our A is All About the News segment that will be featured on our Patreon in 2024.
Premiere.
Yes. So we want to so our plan right now is to kind of bring you a snippet from what we're going to have on our Patreon. And if you don't know, we are teachers. So we're trying to go with this alphabetical theme. So this is A for All About the News. So you get it? A is for all. Okay.
Because we
got it.
All
Go with
about
me.
The news. Got the news.
Yes. Oh, we don't like Megan
Trainor. You're right. I'm going to take that. I'm going to take that back.
Yep.
My bad. I forgot.
Uh-huh. No, we don't support Megan Trainor.
Sure don't.
Okay. But A for effort. See, I did it again. A for effort.
Okay.
Look at me.
Yes.
And so what this is going to be a very short case. And I know we say that a lot, but the case itself, we have talked, but the case itself is very short. And what it's going to do is it's going to be cases that are very recent. Some have not even gone to trial yet. Some have no verdict. Actually, most of them have no verdict. Like today's episode has no verdict. It is still going through the system. And also any updates that we have. So, for example, we could cover the recent update about the Natalie Holloway case and it being solved and how he just confessed.
How crazy was that, by the way?
It's crazy.
I was like, how dare you wait all this time, you turdlet?
And for what? We all knew you did it.
We all knew.
We've known for years.
scandalous.
Yeah. And then also there's a case going around right now about the social worker. Have you seen that one? So like this fresh graduate social worker, she essayed a 13-year-old boy that was on her caseload.
No.
And then and then the mom called the police, as one should. She got put in jail. Somebody bailed her out. She went back to the kid's house and sat on the porch and threatened to murder the mom for ruining her life.
Ma'am?
Yes.
You ruined your life. You did it.
Yeah.
You.
Yeah. So
that's weird.
We would be covering things like that in this segment. So it's going to be just smaller cases, shorter cases, just with what's happening in true crime today, recent cases that don't have endings, cases that are less known, cases that don't have a lot of information, updates into cases, things like that. So I wanted to bring you a little snippet.
Okay, we like that. We like that.
Yeah. So sit down, shut up. The murder is about to begin.
Ahora.
Okay, trigger warnings today are we will be discussing mental illness, stabbing, and murder. So this case took place in 2021 and it's still ongoing through the judicial system. But I felt like I would try to coordinate cases with the holidays. And we all just celebrated Thanksgiving. That was our gobble.
I think that was better.
Yep, that was better. Yeah. So I hope everybody's pants are fully stretched out. I hope your button is unbuttoned. I hope the muffin top is muffin topping.
Man.
I hope you went back for seconds and thirds and fourths and fifths. And I hope you got a good nap after you ate that lunch.
I can't wait. I cannot wait.
Yeah.
I know we pre-recorded this, but Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday. And this time I get to go back to New York and see like all my family. My sister will be down there. I'll have the girls. This is going to be so great. I'm so excited.
Yep. So I hope everybody is stuffed and enjoying all of their Black Friday deals. However, Thanksgiving Day turned tragic for a family in Lawrenceville area as Gwinnett County and Georgia police reported a fatal incident. Now, Lawrenceville is 30 miles northeast of Atlanta. Marcia Chance, a 42-year-old Lawrenceville resident, was allegedly killed by her 18-year-old son on Thursday, Thanksgiving Day. The cause of her death was attributed to stab wounds with force. Varian Hibbert, residing in Lawrenceville, now faces charges of felony murder, aggravated assault, and possession of a knife during the commission of a felony. Hibbert is currently held at the Gwinnett County Detention Center, according to the police. The unfortunate event unfolded shortly before noon on Thanksgiving when officers from the East Precinct responded to a domestic-related assault report on a residence on the 1100 block of Misty Valley Court in Lawrenceville. Now, Marcia Abigail Chance was born in Georgetown, Guyana on January 8, 1979. She was better known to family and friends as Duff or Marcy. And in 1987, she migrated to Brooklyn, New York with her sister, Michelle Chance. There, they were reunited with their parents and little sister, Maxine. Marcia kept attending school, and throughout the years, she was known as one of Far Rockaway's best track and field athletes. Marcy went on to graduate from Far Rockaway High School in 1997 with awards upon awards. She kept... Excuse you. Ashton? She kept pursuing her education by attending Stony Brook University in 1997 to 2001, where she got her degree in health and technology management. Marcy had many mother-like qualities. She would make sure her siblings' hair was done. They were ready for school. They were always in line. She kept them in check. Marcy was married to Verance Hibbert and had 3 children, Victoria Walker, Varian, and Victor. And that's the life of Marcy. Now, let's get back to the crime. So upon police arrival, officers discovered the lifeless body of Chance within the residence, and Hibbert was present at the scene holding a knife. Just standing there, holding the knife. Yeah, just chilling.
Okay.
With the knife.
Okay.
Yeah. So he was instantly taken into custody.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you did it.
I would have done the same thing. Like,
Yeah.
your fingerprints all over that.
You look suspicious, sir.
You wielding a knife.
Yeah. Police insisted that there was no ongoing threat to the public as Varian was an immediate suspect, as we just said, but he was the one holding the knife. Residents of the neighborhood said that seeing the police is not unusual, but the circumstances around why the police were there that particular day were very unsettling. Now, according to Gwinnett jail records, this marks the third occasion that Varian Hibbert has been apprehended since August of 2021, which is August, September, October, November, 4 months. And he had been arrested 3 times in 4 months. Downward spiral much? I don't know, maybe.
Wow. Do we know what he was arrested for?
Yes, we do. His initial arrest on August 2nd involved charges of criminal damage to property in second degree and felony willful obstruction of law enforcement officers through threats and violence. Yeah.
Okay.
3 times in 4 months.
All for the same thing.
So all of those were like different. He just kept on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Making threats, lawful obstruction of justice, property damagement. Yeah. So all these things.
Yeah. You're doing the most.
Uh-huh. And they kept progressively getting worse. So it was like, yes, he got arrested for this, and then the next thing would be even worse. And then now
you murdered your mom.
Yeah. You murdered your mom on Thanksgiving.
Like, that's the day of family.
Exactly. Exactly. Also on August 15th, the teenager faced additional charges, including false imprisonment, simple battery, simple assault, and causing fear in another. Also, criminal damage to property in the second degree and felony willful obstruction to law enforcement officers. Again.
I just wonder, like, what is
So he was
simple?
arrested on August 2nd and August 15th, and then on Thanksgiving, and then one time in between those.
But what is simple assault? Like, is it?
Yeah.
Assault is assault. Like, you know, what's
so
simple
like,
about
it? Did I push you? Boo. And you fell over and that's assault? And that's simple assault? Like, I don't know what simple assault
because
is.
if that's the case, Skylar and Aria simple assault each other every day. And they should get locked up because I'm tired of it.
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
I don't really know. That's actually a good question. I've never really heard of it.
I've never heard
simple
that.
battery.
Yeah, like, how do you simply beat somebody up?
Batter someone.
You know, like, I don't know. I don't know about that.
What? That's what it says.
I mean, if you know what that means, drop it in the comments.
Let us know. Are there like levels? Like, you know, when you go to the doctor and they give you the smiley face chart and it's like, on this smiley face and this smiley face, what's your level of pain?
Yeah.
So do they do like on this smiley face and this smiley face, what's the level of battery?
I feel like if you batter, you batter. Simple or aggressive is battery.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's my thought. Let us know. So
Hibbert is currently detained in jail without the possibility of posting bail as he faces charges related to his mother's tragic demise. And yes, you heard that right. Again, Varian Hibbert is the son of Marcia Chance. Her own son killed her on Thanksgiving.
Dang.
Now, the question remained, how did this happen? Why did this happen? And although prosecution does not have to legally provide a motive to secure a conviction, it does play in the back of all of our minds. At the scene, it was unclear what led up to the attack of Marcia, but investigators began a very intense investigation. They learned that the mother and son could have possibly gotten into a verbal altercation that escalated and her son began stabbing her. We're going to get into some theories.
I would never. As mad as I've argued with my parents before, I would never just be like, all right, gink, gink. Like, I would never.
Yeah.
Like, what would possess you to do that?
I don't even know.
Because that's such an intimate crime. to stab somebody because you up on them.
And takes force.
Yes, you can't just be like, like you gotta be like, yeah.
Yeah. I know. So they started their search by interviewing neighbors because, neighbors have all the tea and insight. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Very nosy. One neighbor said he was very familiar with the family. His name was Daniel, and he lived in the neighborhood for over a decade and said this tragedy has affected everyone. Daniel said the following, quote, "We're still shocked. Nobody really can believe it. We're waking up every day seeing the same woman over and over. Just to hear a tragedy like this, it kind of makes everyone stop a moment."
Agreed.
Marcia Chance was described as being very quiet and a woman who went about her business and didn't cause any trouble or drama. However, neighbors added that the same could not be said about her son, Varian Hibbert. Neighbors said that Hibbert had extreme mental health issues and could often be found wandering around the neighborhood talking and yelling to himself. Varian also attempted to come to neighbors' doors unsolicited and uninvited. They all found this very disturbing, but disturbing doesn't mean murderer. So they were like, oh, he's just kind of weird. Like he yells at himself. He talks to himself. He kind of ding dong ditches our houses. He walks up on our porches unsolicited, but he's just weird. Daniel, that one neighbor that we mentioned earlier, said the following, quote, "He never seemed like the kind of kid that would attack you, Still mind-blowing for it to reach the level completely out of the blue. Nobody would predict that. And the fact that this kind of thing happens completely out of the blue literally made time stop in the neighborhood. And now everyone's asking questions."
Rightfully so.
Another neighbor said the following about what he observed when seeing Varian out and about. Quote, "The 18-year-old would talk to himself, singing lyrics of songs with some bad words. He didn't ever bother nobody where nobody was scared of him. We knew he needed help. I feel for the rest of the family. I don't know them, but I can imagine the pain they're going through," unquote. Again, what the neighbors were observing was weird behavior, but nothing that was like screaming murder.
Yeah, they all acknowledged that he was, a little different, but they were like, we would have never pinned him to stab anybody, let alone kill them.
Yes. The neighbor said when he would have people over for cookouts, etc., he would warn his friends about Varian's mental condition and tell them, if you see him, don't bother him, don't talk to him, just come on in the house, leave him alone. And one of his friends actually responded saying that Varian, on one occasion, had pointed a finger gun at him and acted as though he was pulling the trigger.
His friend?
So a complete stranger. No. The neighbor was having a cookout, and he told his friends that were arriving to the cookout, hey, if you see this kid, don't bother him, don't acknowledge him, just come on in the house. Well, his friend, the cookout guy's friend, ran into Varian, and Varian did not know this man and acted like he was pulling the trigger of a finger gun.
I'm not doing that with somebody I don't know.
I'm probably not doing that. I might do the guns when I'm dancing. Pew!
I've seen you dance, Brooke. That's not it. That's not it right there.
But that's all I'm probably gonna do. That's my signature.
I'm more of
that's really not
like one of them.
See, and I highly doubt that that's what Varian was doing.
If he was just like,
pew,
pew, pew, or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Police also learned that Marcia Chance was a mother of two other children, 3 total. And it was actually her youngest son who called 911 when the stabbing occurred that fateful day. Marcia also had a daughter who was the oldest of the 3, and she was not in the home because she had moved out of the house prior to the stabbing. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I do believe she had a child of her own. So she was a mother. Now, the youngest son has not spoken out, or they're not releasing that interview at this time. So we do not know what took place when the police have interviewed the youngest son about that day. Hopefully we will learn some more about the situation when he does speak out. Varian appeared before a judge for the first time at 8:30 a.m. on Saturday, November 26, 2021, and was held at the Gwinnett County Detention Center facing felony charges of murder, aggravated assault, and felony weapons charge. Now, I watched this video. He is literally sitting in the chair, waiting for his name to be called. He's slumped down in the chair and he is like got his hands over his face and he's doing like throwing up all these symbols. He's laughing, he's pointing, he's like throwing up gang symbols, all these hand gestures, all of these things. And as I'm like reading the comments, people are like, do you think he's doing that so that he can plead insanity? Or is he doing it because I don't know,
I mean, but it seems like he did have some mental instabilities.
Absolutely.
I don't know if he was being treated for those previously or if he's being treated for them now, but if he really has a mental illness, that could just be part of it. Like he's kind of oblivious to what's going on, like kind of like in an alternate reality, like not really realizing what he truly has done. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
exactly. And I think that's what a lot of the comments also said. They were like, he's going to realize that that was his mother and he's going to regret it. Now, we're almost done. We're going to wrap this up. And again, like I said, this is a very short case. This is just me bringing you the news. But as I was researching, there was this reoccurring theory, which I do not dismiss or agree with because I'm not a scientist, but I did feel that it was very much worth noting. And maybe you guys have heard about it. Maybe you haven't. I had never really heard about it. This is something new to me, and I found it very interesting. So if you look at Varian in his mugshot, your first assumption is that he is high. He looks high. He's got the droopy eyes. He looks as though he is under the influence of something. However, there were multiple comment threads where lines were drawn symmetrically across his face, showing a downward sloping eyes and a low set of ears. And the theory is that it may mean that the prefrontal cortex of the brain is underdeveloped, resulting in being easily angered and excessively emotional. Now, when you're 18 years old, frontal cortex is not fully developed, period. We know that. But if it is underdeveloped, it could play into that emotional component that we often talk about. Now, this is just a theory to ponder on because Varian did not have a clear diagnosis of mental illness. There was never a record to show that a doctor said Varian was suffering from a mental illness.
Got you.
These were observations from those around him. However, I will put the picture up for you guys to see. It's right here on the screen somewhere, wherever John put it. I don't know, and then I was actually with somebody when I was researching this case and I was like, have you ever heard of this? And they were like, oh yeah. So there's something to be said about downward sloping eyes and low set. We're all like looking at our eyes like, oh. So downward sloping eyes and a low set of ears.
They seem pretty up there. Right?
Yeah. I think mine are fine too.
Check my children.
Symmetrical. Get out the ruler.
I gotta go look.
Yeah. All right. So this theory really came from all of those comment threads that you can find on the internet, like Reddit and those YouTube video comments, things like that. So take these with a grain of salt, y'all. I'm just bringing you what I saw. So basically they were saying that Marcia ran her household very strong and very tough. And by that is that maybe she was very hard on Varian and she was very tough on him. And what they were saying is what you're seeing more now in this generation that's coming up is you are seeing more Black children killing their parents due to the fact that these males, like the fathers, are not in the homes. And what's happening is these Black males, the children, are growing up and they are committing these horrible acts and they are treating Black women that they eventually go on to date with such disrespect because of hatred and almost trauma they have from their mothers. So again, this was on every source I saw. There was arguments in the comments and they were like, could this be a situation where the father wasn't in the home? Again, we're not making excuses. He killed his mom. He did wrong. That's not what we're doing. But if this is something that is occurring regularly now in our society, because let's face it, it was white kids that were killing their parents. That's all you ever heard about. And now it's seeming that we're seeing a mixture
Yeah.
of both. I mean, we're now seeing more different races are killing their
Yes.
parents, where used to, it wasn't that way.
I would say as a single mom, granted, the girl's dad is involved in their life. We are just not together. He lives his life, I live mine. They go over there, they stay with me. As far as the being hard, I'm very hard on Skylar and Aria. And the main reason is because the children that I teach, I don't need my children growing up like that, if that makes sense.
Yes.
You can tell that there are no boundaries at home, that they kind of get away with a lot of things. And children need boundaries. They need to know what is right. They need to know what is not right. So I'm very hard on Skylar and Aria. Like for today example, Aria's teacher was texting me like, hey, she's stomping around. She's mimicking people's negative behaviors. I mean, da-da-da-da. I said, okay. She sent me some videos of what she was doing. I said, do you want me to come up there and do what I do as a mother? She was like, please come up here. So I sat down right next to her. She's laughing, thinking things are funny. I said, you know what? Since she thinks things are funny, send her to my room for recess and she gonna get this work done. Because at the end of the day, my kids know that school, the reason for school is to learn. All that extra stuff that happens, the field trips and stuff, that's extra. But your main reason to be at this school is to learn and to educate yourself and to get educated. So if you fooling around, it's not a thing. So as far as that aspect as a single mom, I feel like I would have been equally as hard on them if I was with their father or if I was with somebody, because I think it's very important to raise my kid knowing that there's a time and a place for everything. And at school is not the time to fool around.
Right.
So I don't know necessarily the whole not involved father aspect, like I said, because the girl's father is involved in their lives. But that's definitely something to look more into. Because especially if it's happening more frequently, there has to be some connections between the two. Yeah, 100%. So I think that needs to be looked into more to see what that correlation is and to get like some real statistics out there to like really show. But I think it's important on both ends to have both your mother and father involved in your life, and when you're missing one, it makes sense because then you have one parent compensating to be both.
And so they have to be the good guy and the bad guy. Yeah.
Yes. So that could be hard for a child to grapple with, especially, going through your whole life, having your mom who is hard on you and is like the only adult figure in your life. So,
yeah. Yeah. So I just found that very interesting that that's like a theory as a motive. I guess they were trying to, what the internet was trying to do was try to figure out the why. And Varian hasn't said why. And, we also don't have the interrogation of the younger brother yet either. So we don't have a why. So I feel like people are grappling and just trying to grab straws at like to why he did this and put pieces together. And that's what I found. Like those are the two big things I found. I found that like it's his frontal cortex because of just like his brain chemistry and his makeup. However, a doctor hasn't actually said that. So we don't know. Other people were like, oh, it's that, he was raised by a single mom and this is happening more common and she didn't get him help and she was really tough on it, blah, 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 blah. We don't know. We don't know yet. So this is an ongoing case. And as we see updates and as this processes through the court system, we're going to try to keep you posted. So this is kind of what we were hoping that our A for All About the News is going to look like. Again, they might be shorter, they might be longer. These are just going to be recent cases to bring you awareness, to update you on crimes that we might have already covered, kind of like the Natalie Holloway case, the Abby Zwarner case.
Yeah, there are
things
new
like
updates
that.
coming with that.
So we are going to bring you all the updates. This is something we will have on Patreon. So that is the first letter of our alphabet soup for Patreon.
Oh my gosh, I love that alphabet soup. Did you just come up with that?
I just came up with that.
No, I love that.
Oh,
I love that so much.
That should be the name of our Patreon.
Oh my gosh, it should. I love that.
I love it.
That.
Look at me.
Because you had some soup for dinner.
Yeah. Look at it. Soup.
Oh gosh, I'm crying.
Yeah.
I'm
So
crying.
if there's
Okay,
any
well,
of these type cases y'all want us to do, let us know. And that is the case of Marcia Chance.
okay, Brooke. Well, thank you.
And happy
Thank you for,
Thanksgiving.
all that. Mhm, mhm. All right, y'all. Well, as always, the bell don't dismiss you.
We do.
So we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.